How dare you not know? How dare you learn the hard way? How dare you believe any of this matters anyway? How dare you say how you really feel? How dare you create a boundary? How dare you clear space for yourself? How dare you announce your arrival? How dare you feel entitled to your own soul? How dare you don a bold lip and a statement necklace? Who do you think you are? And then he finishes me off with the sucker punch. I'll tell you who you are. You, Leeana, are the world's biggest imposter. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of pushing back against them and their attempts to disconnect me from myself. Their entire agenda is to convince me I'll be better off if I abandon the pure gold in my gut. The problem with this is that every time I do, every time I decide I'll just give up or settle or let go of the longings, I end up feeling like an actor in my own life. I feel like I've lost myself, like I don't know for sure who I am anymore, like the best parts of me are hiding. And it's no good. In fact, it's soul death. Do you ever feel like this? Something true inside you is trying to emerge, pressing up from the depths, but because it feels sacred and mysterious and wildly free, and therefore gloriously dangerous, some dark and tormenting soul bully is immediately on your case. A desire, whisper, longing, stirring is welling up. But so is fear. So is an unnerving anxiety. A bully is lurking, and you find yourself in what could best be described as a soul tug-of-war. You find yourself skeptical of you. This is basically the story of my entire life, or at least it feels that way some days. I want to follow this voice, this beat, the creative itch in my hands and heart, but something, or someone, is invested in keeping her quiet, keeping her small, keeping her confused, keeping her confined, keeping her paralyzed. Someone is trying to talk me out of living from my created center. Many theological giants have described this created center I'm talking about. Henry Nouwen identifies it as the divinely endowed center. Thomas Merton calls it the God-given center of our being. St. Augustine writes about the divine center, and John Calvin terms it the divine spark. Some call it the true self, or our essential identity, the image-bearing part of you, your spirit or your soul. I believe this untouchable place inside you is the part of your being where God Himself put His hands in the wet concrete of your existence and said, "You are formed in my image, and it is good." Not only is it good, it is God in you good. It is the part of you that longs for truth, beauty, breath, home, love. It is the part of you that notices sunsets and holds a baby close to smell his neck and longs to rescue those who do not know freedom. It is the part of you that sees with eternal eyes and feels with divine intuition. It is the part of you that is both complete and becoming. It is the you and the me that is fiercely free. Where is she? Some people would have you believe you are inherently, essentially flawed because of your sin and your humanity. My deepest conviction, and the basis for this entire writing, is the opposite. That underneath all of the parts of us that are wrecked and wounded and flawed and human is God in us. Our essential God image. And while we will never be perfect, we will never be God, one of our greatest temptations in life is to believe that the God image is not enough. And one of our greatest longings in life is to live from what we already deep down know, that, in fact, the God image stamped in our souls is more than enough. It is everything. In A God to Call Father, Michael Phillips writes, "Goodness lies deeper in the heart of man's nature than sin, which came later and entered from the outside. Goodness